right there on top of the moon.
From an old tale story, how I came to be a sailor, of how I in fact came to live a real time's long. It all started in an old town, with a castle and a river, Mira as to sea, in his name Odemira. An ordinary day it was, a normal day at work. A captain came to me, a charming captain, I must say. He smiled and it was strong, survived the storms and adventures. Far had he traveled, all the way across the Pacific. Through the islands he went by, the land of the cows. Told me, why won't you come and eat some cheese with us? Why won't you come by? In a moment of excitement, surely yes, did I say, ready for an adventure, took me 2 seconds, I was on my way. In full hands did I come, bearing a cat as an offering, with an open heart for what was to be, an idealistic mind for what I didn't want to see. He jumped down into the cold through the river to come. He got me and the cat safe on board, ready to catch the rat. How quickly did it change, the dynamics that shifted. Soon the distance took hold. Still the affection, physical touch was still warm to the cold. Sleeves up did I go, right on to pulling the anchor. Ready was I for a long time awaited adventure. The current was strong and the river pulled us on the side. Down we went through the water against the mother, the daughter. I pulled a sail up on that day, manifesting as reality. Was all the things I long dreamed. There it was, the answer, no random causality. I saw my home from outside, how beautiful and vast it is. I laughed and opened up, how beautiful the flower of Liz. On the same day we arrived on the town of the 1,000. On the same day I shed blood, the vessel finally found its way out of the flood. No time was of rest, dancing out, there we went. The distance was obvious, the more time we spent. What a fun night it was, how I danced my heart out. Quickly became part of the crew, there I knew I was about to start something new. The new day ushered in, and tostas were there to be seen. My bond grew strong with the others, friends we became of each other's. A few days we spent there, moved the boat to the beach, learned to row and be still, ate the good bread under the night's Lord's mill. With the fire burning away, how magical did it feel? In community we lived, always ready for the next shared meal. Asked to join was I, to which I chose to say yes. From then on, the whole thing changed, what a romance kill. Still happy was I for the friendships being built, the community became my home. I felt far from alone. A farewell party it came, with pizzas as an offering. Another crew came to join, another flip of the coin. The next day we departed, off to sail on to Sagres, an ancient town of passing, on our way down to south. Excitement filled my being, as we jumped up and down, sails up in the air, as a princess wearing a crown. Soon night took hold, and sickness that can come. The waves from different directions created some sorts of indigestions. Me and Will in the night watch, simple under the stars. Once the sickness passed on its way, the calm came with the sway. Shooting star had I seen, both that night and before. A gratitude filled me, it was all more than I had dreamed it to be. In the night we arrived, threw the anchor in the water. A new home had we found, in the most peaceful, tranquil sound. The morning brought newness, and a new place to discover. Off we went to find Londres, and still I was in my very beautiful country. A new meal brought foretelling, and a tarot reading in place. Love, 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 and bearing fruits, it said, making gold out of lead. Happy was I, high hopes did I have. I still couldn't see where in fact I was being led. 2 nights we went out. Again I found myself in places I didn't really want to. Yet being amongst friends was all I wanted to do. Amidst alcohol and hard metal, young people with the passion of life, I questioned myself. Again, here am I. Why? Made the best of it, I must say, playing pool and kicking a rock. Those were my highlights of the night. Made it all somehow be all alright. As quickly as we came, soon we left again. Alvor was our destination, ready for the next station. What a peaceful sail it was, during the day and the sunlight, staring at the horizon as if ready to take off flight. Laying next to a friend, I fell asleep in the silence. The sails banging against the wind opened my heart in harmonious sync. For the love and friendship it was forming, I wouldn't have foretold. The community was like family, in their arms I was held. Alvor did we arrive, what a beautiful sight to see, a place held dearly, now in a new perspective clearly. In a bay we spent one night and morning, for a swim that I went, walked through the shell beach, bathed under the morning sun. How precious that moment was, that feeling came to me, the feeling that brought me on, and that kept saying, come on. As we moved there I was, next to boats I had watched, past the beach I had wandered, there in calm waters we anchored. The moments that passed by, the conversations that were had, the smiles and laughs shared, were all I seemed to care. To the sauna, there we went, on a chill day it was, with thunder roaring in sight and lightning showing its light. Rejuvenated was I, amongst everyone, as the calm music it played, and the rain coming down late. Many dinners did we shared, cooking together in the kitchen, the meeting spot for everyone. Those were the moments, simply at one. And then we departed again. Off to Faro we went, the city, the capital, another place God sent. There I felt like a sailor and a foreigner in my own country, more English than Portuguese. Still, we had our own cheese. One of the nights we went out, without captain we were, hard techno party we ended up in. Doorman, I prayed, don't let me in. Again, I went into it and made the best of it in. In the end, it was 3 a.m. and my fair share of the night was full in. That night was surprising, where secrets were revealed. I learned about humanity and was brought back to my sanity. A fun memory it was then to row back to the boat. A long journey we had, filled with music, I was glad. Then the captain came back, and so off soon we went. Off to the promised island, Kulatra, there we went. No shoes or cars, a simple living, I must say. A home fragrance filled the air, a home built by a few hundreds care. There we said goodbye to a precious member of the crew, the welcoming soul to my soul, a truth nobody knew. The howling wolves we were, in the moment to say goodbye, while tears run down her face, my decisions to stay longer and hide. While still going with the wave in my decision to stay, to a new week we went, all of the experience I'd had, as a dream got sent. Armona, my last stop. While still unaware, my decision to stay firm, the universe wanted a different flair. While a few minutes before leaving, off to a side adventure, the captain called me in and said smiling, "You're no longer in. To the Canaries I won't take you, from a feeling I have, my eyes filled with tears, my heart still longing for connection. I realized right then and there I was no longer an exception. With 2 minutes to process and tears running down my face, I was off on a boat to a new ground, off to Sevilla, off to new sounds. Friends came through on the moment and showered me with love, held me in their hugs, and gave me the tightest hugs. Sevilla, there we went. I, feeling off and sick, I couldn't even imagine what still was yet to come. Food poisoning at night, I thought it would be my last sight. Pushed through with all I had, wanting to see where it was I was led. The next morning surely came, and off to see flamenco we went. In a small tavern it was, as I stood there it was. With passion and sorrow and the intensity of a bowl, the claps loud they were, expressing the feeling long withhold. To the next destination we went, the geometrical beauty, a square filled with romance, born out of obscurity. The water running in the channel, pure blue as can be, brought me back into grace, into the gratitude to see. One less hurrah that I have, one more flamenco to see. The dance was profound, a peace and joy again my heart found. The next day we soon left, back to the boat with gifts, and the mission complete, my lamp half lit. And there finally did I arrive, on to my last stopping grounds. Armona, a new home, Armona, the last sounds. A full day I spent with them, in full conversation before sleep. I said my goodbyes in peace, and off I went to sleep. My heart suddenly filled with excitement and the peace to come back home, While still not feeling well, I knew it was time for my farewell. Inside, I am grateful for all I've gotten to experience, the people I met there, and how much I was treated with care. Got more hugs than I could have imagined, and acceptance as I am. My heart feels light for the oneness, for how God's wisdom comes to us. To change it seems unimaginable, for in the hardships it was also perfect. Here I say goodbye, for all I've spoken was my own truth. Through the curveballs of life, for that I cannot lie. May peace be unto you, and may you experience the bliss of God. In my heart I surrender to thee, in your arms I am free.